So this is my sheep corral that I made. Just a little bit about it. I've been doing a lot of research over the last couple of months, ever since we had sheep before, and finding out as much as I could so that when we try having sheep again in the future, we'll be ready for it and hopefully have a better outcome. But yeah, I made this for the sheep. As you can see, it's kind of small, and the reason for that is because I wanted it to be mobile. One of the things that I've learned about sheep is that they don't really do that well just staying in the same paddock all the time. They carry a worm load. Like, all sheep have some level of worms and parasites in them. The trick is to try and keep them at a manageable level. And one of the ways to do that is to move them around from one pasture to another, so they're not just standing in their own feces and picking up more parasites all the time. So that's why I made this mobile. So it's kind of small, but the fact that we'll be able to move it around kind of makes up for that. I also don't plan for this to be where they live their entire lives. So this is kind of an initial spot where they're going to be, so we can keep them close to the house in the winter so that their water doesn't freeze, and then move them around in the summer, and then hopefully have some other pastures we can move them into as well eventually. But anyway, a little tour. Oh, we've got a visitor. Look at that. Hi, friend. Anyway, as you can see, I put the wire right down to the ground on the outside, and this fencing is like solid. It's not going anywhere. I hammered it all in by hand, so I know for a fact it is in there. Yeah, so this is the door. You come in, there's a lock on the outside, and this is kind of handy because I didn't plan it this way, but this kind of acts as a lock as well. So when it gets stuck like that, it's really annoying. But it should help with sheep. I've also got some on the inside as well as a secondary protection, like that. And another one down here. Works really well if it cooperates. So anyway, there's a couple of issues, but we'll work through them. So there's that, and then the inside as well down here. So there we go. I know the door is kind of a weak spot just out of necessity. It has to, because I need to be able to get in and out. But this is the area the sheep will be in. So it's 12 feet by 12 feet. And then I've got the kind of kickboards on the bottom there to also help prevent animals from digging under. There's my trough. And this is the hay holder. So I'll put hay in here. They can just kind of pull it out as they eat it. There will be a lid on it eventually, but I don't have access to the plywood I need because it's currently being used for dog fence over there. We are going to replace that fence eventually, but until then, it is not going to be covered. And then we've got this salt block. It's really, really heavy, but it's designed specifically for sheep, so it's got all the minerals they need. Without the minerals they don't need, like copper is really toxic to sheep, so there's no copper in that. Or if there is, it's very, very, very minute amounts. But yeah, we're going to have to add some more wheels at some point, but for now, this is where it's going to be, and we just don't have access to the wheels we need to make it mobile, so at the moment it's not. But it is close enough to the shop there that we can plug in a water heater, so in the winter, if we don't get wheels before that, we'll be able to keep their water from freezing, so that's kind of cool as well. So yeah, here is my corral. I built it almost entirely by myself. And yeah, here's me building it. If you enjoy this video, make sure you like, subscribe, comment if you have anything to say. I'm still new at this, so if there's anything you can teach me about sheep, I am all ears. But yeah, thank you very much for stopping by. Now to turn that into a sheep corral. One side, sort of. Needs the support still, but it's getting there. Alright, so we've got 4 sides. This one up here, closest, is going to be the front. That's where the door is going to go. And then the 3 other sides are going to be those ones. And I'm done for the day. Alright, this one's done, minus the door. Just have to do this one. This part's really tedious. 2 down. 2 more to go. But tomorrow I'll finish the other 2 and put the wheels on. And hopefully the door if I have time. We're getting there. And now to tend to my baby. Alright, so finish the supports. As you can see, they are not all exactly even. And that is because I failed grade 5 or something, wherever you do angles, and couldn't figure out what a 45-degree angle was. Until we started on those ones, and then I got it a bit better, but it should still work. Fingers crossed, anyway. So tomorrow, we'll put the hinges for the wheels on and the door, and then build a little feeding thing right here-ish, and then we're ready to stand it up and put it all together. We're getting there. Well, I broke my bit. Got attacked by a wasp while I was trying to get the bit out, and it snapped off. I really hate wasps. You can see how it goes with the smaller bit, but every little bit counts. So this is what I've done today. I have attached a door and a gate latch. There's going to be a couple more latches just for good measure and a little spring-loaded thing, but I'll have to do that once it's vertical. I put this on, which is going to be the start of the frame for the feed. And then I've got these, which will mount the wheels. So the wheels, when they're in use, are going to be right directly under like that, and when not in use, I can flip them up like that. So this whole thing is going to be mobile. And I've got a total of 8 wheel mounts going on. So the next step is put this all together into a square and put the supports on and put some fencing, and we're set. We can get sheep. So today I didn't get any further in actually building this so far anyway, but I got the last of the lumber that I need to finish this job. So I got 4 4x4s for the corners, a couple more 2x4s just for the feed thing and for supports once it's all assembled, and a 2x8 for mounting the wheels on. So I'm hoping tonight Sam will be home early enough that he can help me to put this all together. We'll see. Getting there. I think that'll hold sheep pretty well. Thanks, Bob. So this is what Sam and I were up to last night. This corner right here fell on me, which can confirm it is both solid and heavy, but I am okay. Didn't even get a bruise from it, amazingly. But yeah, this is the frame. So what I'm gonna do next is put some more stuff on this door here to have extra locks and like a little spring-loaded thing to keep it closed. I'm gonna finish building the feeder and put some diagonal supports here and here on each of the corners. And I'm thinking I'll put some more horizontal 2x4s across here on each of these holes. But yeah, standing inside of it, it's a decently sized pen, I think, considering it's going to be on wheels. Oh yeah, and I'm also going to add wheels on each of these corners. I'd like to add 4 more in the center of each panel at some point, but I only have 4 wheels because that's all the store had. So I'll start with that and hopefully it works. Wish me luck. Now what the fuck do I do? Well, today has been an all-around really frustrating day. First I broke a screw and then nothing was where it was supposed to be, so it was hard to find the tools I needed. But I did, after much struggle, get these tires attached to the blocks that are gonna be then attached to these, and I just realized I did this wrong. So I'll have to redo that. But that's easy enough to fix. I just have to flip it the other way. Anyway, I did, however, get feeder done, and that sort of attached. That was the part that broke, but otherwise, that's where we're gonna leave it today. That's what the tire's supposed to look like. Got all 4 wheels on, and I think that's enough for today. I'm frustrated, I don't want to do it anymore. I can do more tomorrow. We'll get it finished by the weekend, for sure. One of the best things about the shop is this door, because I get to like Sparta kick it in every day. Thanks, Mako. Way to ruin my cake. But I did close it pretty good last night, so let's see if one kick's enough. Ready? Here we go. Ugh. Heck yeah. Much done today, but that's alright. I have to go get lumber, so that can make up for what I didn't get done today. But anyway, I reinforced the corners with these metal brackets, top and bottom. These to go in the middle, so they're gonna go top and bottom, like that, to reinforce. And I partially, at least, hammered those in. Jesus, wasps, go away. Mostly I got chased around by wasps. But anyway, let's go get some lumber. Get this job finished. So what we're going to do with the last of the lumber is do 3 across on each of these openings, including the door. Then we should be good. Then all we need after that are potentially... Yeah, all we need after that is potentially the last wheels and the actual fencing and I guess sheep. And then we're done. Didn't quite get it done today, but should for sure have it done minus the wire tomorrow. So today I did these diagonal top and bottom supports on the inside, plus these 4-foot high across beams to attach the fencing to. And then these have to go all the way around as well. That's to support against head-butting sheep. And then there's going to be another one across approximately here-ish on each one as well. And then just wire and sheep, and we're done. We're so close. It is all finished, except for the wire, but we don't have that yet. And that'll be a 2-person job anyway. But all the way around today, I finished reinforcing these, and I put another one. So those are for protecting against head-butting. So yeah, all that's left is wire fencing and see if she moves. Moment of truth is coming right up. Not moving it yet, and it's not quite done because I screwed up these wheels again. I have to put hinges on the underside so that we can actually use them. Oopsie. Fingers crossed, we don't need a Clydesdale to pull it. Guys. Getting there. Damn it. 2 sides and a bit done. Well, almost done. We're getting there. Should have sheep hopefully by next weekend. So here's a little update on the sheep corral. We're putting the fencing on. This is kind of the last step until it's ready to put sheep in it. So we're just wrapping around to each corner, and then we start another row. It goes all the way across and part the way around, and then we put the rest over top like this. So this will go and wrap around here to here once I finish putting the rest of this on. and then same around that corner and same around to the last part. And then we'll just do the door and put a little wire in the feeder, and then it's ready for sheep. Unfortunately, it's not going to be as mobile as I had hoped, at least not initially, because I only got 4 of these tires because that's all that was available at the time that I got it. I have placed an order for more, but I don't know when they're going to get here. And I didn't really think about load capacity when I bought them, so that was my mistake. But it's not going to be mobile for a bit, so we'll have to feed them hay if we get them before we can move it, which probably is what's going to happen. So anyway, we're going to have it mostly done enough for sheep, hopefully by the end of the weekend, and get sheep this week. Yay! I don't know if you've ever used fencing staples before, but these things are treacherous. It's like sticking your hand in a bunch of fish hooks. One downside of sharing a shop with someone is when they're the last person to use a tool, I have no idea where they put it. I know we have a measuring tape. Maybe it's outside. That's where that goes. Finishing off today, I finished off hammering down this side. I started on that side, so all the pieces of fencing that we need are cut and attached at some point. So I still need to put it on that side and here. I did the door and I did the hay holder and put little hinges on so that I can put a cover that'll lift up so the hay will be out of the rain and snow. But we still have to put on these boards underneath so nothing can get underneath it, but that'll be a different day because my kid are waking up. Hopefully tomorrow it'll be done and then we can get sheep. How cool is that? Fence is put on. We just got these boards that are going to go on the bottom here and reinforce so that asshole German shepherds won't get under quite so easily. I even have troughs. I just have to clean them out and put water in them. And then we just have to get hay and sheep. But it's ready. It is finished at last. So I got the fencing. You can see the little baseboards on the bottom on the inside there to keep sheep in and dogs out. There's kind of a 3-point locking system here. So I gotta do unlock that, and then these ones as well, on top and bottom. Oh, it's already done. Okay. And then pull. Yeah, it's not 100% finished, but it's as finished as it's going to be for the next foreseeable forever. But yeah, it's going to have more wheels eventually when those come in. And it's going to have a lid on here that'll flip up so we can put hay in. Other than that, it is done. We can get sheep now. Yay! I've got all this hay. This is 16 square bales of brome alfalfa. Do not pee on that. Hey, you little butt. Do not pee on that. So, anyway, we're going to move that into the shop. The only reason I didn't is because I didn't know it was an option. So we'll get all that moved in, and then we also have another 14 bales that I'll get at some point. And that should bring us through winter. So yeah, hey! Woo! Jobs like this makes me really happy that I kept my cubbies. I'm covered in hair. At least we have something to feed the sheep. This is only about half of what I bought. Alright, so I got a couple of those. One is for the alfalfa pellets that I got, and the other one is for the salt block that I got. We're hopefully getting these sheep tomorrow. Yay! So this stuff is specifically made for sheep. It's went in and they said this is the one to get. It's heavy, really, really heavy, and it doesn't have. I don't think it has any copper in it, which is a good thing because sheep don't do well with copper. Yeah, 20 kilos, 44.1 pounds of all that salt. A lot of salt. And this is the pasture we had them in before. Most of it is in pretty good shape. I did do a walk around. There's a few spots that need reinforcing, like the gates and the corner over there and a couple other spots. Mostly gates, honestly. And yeah, that corner. But I've got I've got the fencing I need. I just need to actually put it on. And that will happen when it happens. But I do have plans to use this area as well as that wooded area eventually. That's probably going to be a while, but someday down the road I hope to turn that into some silvopasture. A couple other things about this. It doesn't have a whole lot of protection from wind and rain and stuff like that at the moment, but everything I've learned about sheep kind of sounds like they don't need much. They carry a barn on their backs, right? Their wool is their barn. Their wool is their protection from the cold and whatnot. They do need a little bit of protection, but from what I understand, kind of having a tarp on that is more than enough. So that's kind of my plan at this point. If we need more, we'll build more. But yeah, hopefully at some point we can have this thing mobile and then have it just roll around the front yard at some point. And if all goes well with the sheep that I'm hopefully getting tomorrow, a couple more Jacob ewes, hoping to see if we can start raising sheep for meat at some point. It would be a different breed of sheep to do that, but I want to get some practice with these sheep because I know that they're clearly quite hardy if they survived us the first time. So yeah, this is exciting. I'm happy.